Scholar Series, published by the Pennsylvania Communication Association, honors distinguished scholars who have contributed to the strength and the well-being of the discipline in the state, while simultaneously contributing to the discipline at a national level. This edition honors Herman Cohen. Dr. Cohen is perhaps best known for his pivotal work, The History of Speech Communication, The Emergence of a Discipline, 1914 to 1945, for which he can be called the historian of the discipline. However, as people who have worked closely with Cohen know, and readers of this volume will learn, his contributions to the discipline involve scholarship, teaching, and service of similar quality and much greater depth. Contributing to this volume are colleagues, students, and research associates of Herman Cohen. The articles provide new openings into Cohen's life as a professor to be emulated, one who in his personal vocation embodied so much that is good in the world of academia. The authors sketch Cohen's contours as a well-earned tribute to the impact of his scholarly work and the dividends colleagues and students have reaped from his generous investment of mind and heart. Each essay provides a unique perspective from which to consider Herman Cohen's distinguished career and contributions. Together, contributors and readers constitute a generation following in Dr. Cohen's footsteps. We trust that by honoring Herman Cohen rightly, this volume will inspire us to serve as Cohen did, aspiring not to advance his own legacy, but to elevate the quality of scholarship, instruction, and service that constitutes the academic discipline and professional field of communication. Dr. Cohen.
Thank you all very much. After your reception and Janie's introduction, I can hardly wait to hear what I have to say. And since I have not read all of the contributions in the Scholar Series, I can hardly wait to see what I have to read. But I do want to tell you that, honestly, I'm not only delighted, but I feel very humbled. A year ago, in State College, when Janie said that I would be honored by the Scholar Series, I thought that must be some kind of joke, because I thought there were many more people more qualified than I that are willing to recognize it. I'm delighted. I also want to say how pleased I am. Not loud enough. Can you hear me better now? Yes. How pleased I am that this association has honored me. You've given me already too much. I got the first award in 1975 as the Speaker of the Year. In 1981 as President. In 1984, which I'd already forgotten, perhaps due to similarly, for my Distinguished Service Award, and in 2000 for the Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't know what else you could do. And I think you already have done too much there. And I do very much thank you for recognizing what I've done, and maybe perhaps continue to do some things. This is a moment, I think, to recollect where we've been and where we are. I first began in this profession well before many of you were born. And so I have a kind of not only a historical sense that I've written about, but a very acute sense of the change that we've undergone. I went to 3 panels today, heard 12 or 13 papers, and not one of them had to do with speech. And that's not a criticism. I think that's an indication of the way in which our discipline has grown. Interestingly enough, I don't read all of the journals, but I read all the tables of contents and summaries, and especially I read the references. And what is interesting is, for example, it's been a long time since the Quarterly Journal of Speech has had any articles on speech. I suggest that maybe they should change the title to just the QJ. Dave Jerkowski's here, said, oh, that's right, that's like KFC. But the kind of expansion in the earlier days when I began my career, it would have been impossible to think of fields like interpersonal communication, as fundamental as that is, or health communication, or family communication. These things were entirely outside the boundaries. I remember having to struggle with a committee when a graduate student was going to do a thesis in which he dealt with campaign buttons and billboards and flyers, and the people on the committee said, "That's not speech." And because the outside person on the committee was so big, he railed at the idea that anything other than public speaking was our responsibility. And I think if there are any of you who have read the book, you may have noticed that in 1925, I think that Herbert Wiedhelm set us on that path in his noteworthy essay on the literary, what he called the literary criticism oratory. So you know where we were in relation. And the big distinction he made was speech was oral, and we needed to specialize in orality. And orality meant criticizing speeches and teaching public speaking. But that was important because nobody knew in those days, in the 1920s, what we were up to. There was one point where the editor of what later became the Quarterly Journal of Speech said in the journal, "If you're working on an article, let us know about it and we'll set aside space for it." That was in the days of the no peer review. And so I'm delighted that these changes have come. But on the other hand, I'm still concerned. I said I'm a reader of references, and we're still not a very self-referential field, because there are very few references to people in communication. There are lots of stuff from sociologists, psychologists, anthropologists, philosophers, but we very seldom refer to ourselves, and that concerns me that we're still dependent on other fields. On the other hand, to balance this out, I think one of the very important developments is the recognition of the discipline. The fact that university presses and very reputable commercial presses are now publishing works, and so that people like Kathleen Hall Jameson, David Zarefsky, Ron Hart are writing very reputable works, and so the reputations of people are no longer dependent on what textbooks they wrote. Because I remember saying to when I was teaching a course on the history of the discipline, saying to the class, "Does anybody know who Carl Wallace is?" And no, and there were just blank faces. And one graduate student said, "Didn't you write a textbook?" And that was the knowledge. We're still, I think, in spite of that book, we're still quite a
Microphone.
sorry.
The microphone.
Closer.
We're we're still quite an ahistorical field. There's more history being done. But I hope that somebody sometime will follow up, because I'm fully willing to recognize that I'm an anachronism, and to try to write about what has happened since 1945 is a formidable task, because there's so many fields. I don't know that any one person can do it. My own impression is that perhaps each of you should set out to write a book on interpersonal communication, health communication, small group communication, because each of them is very much deserving of a complete history. I didn't, in writing here on an early phase, I didn't intend to cover all the fields completely. The increase in scholarship, I think, is
the increase in scholarship. The increase in scholarship is very impressive. I think if you go back to the earlier issues of the journals, you'll find how naive they seem now, how simple, how much more we understand, and our relation, and how much more we're recognized as a genuine scholar in the field. I hope that your recognition of what I have done is an indication of the kind of scholarship that we've accomplished. And I'm very pleased to receive this honor, and I thank you very, very much.